Okay. My fifth question is gonna be the examine the concept of the peace and within the framework of the international relation, how is the peace defined, achieved, and the international relation and the sustained international arena, explore the role of the diplomacy and the conflict resolution mechanism and international institution in the promoting the peace, and so on and so on. So when it comes to the peace, I will say as we know, the peace is the one of the most fundamental, the widely discussed conception in the international relation, and that throughout the human history, wars, conflicts, the diplomatic efforts have shaped the pursuit of the peace. And however, the peace is not merely the absence of war; it also encompasses the justice, equality, stability, cooperation between the nations and the societies, and the international area. In the international arena, achieving the maintaining the peace requires the complex mechanism, and including the diplomacy and the conflict resolution, strategic and international institution. International relation, international institution. This presentation and will explore the how peace is defined, how it's achieved, and sustained, and the role of the different actors, and including the states, organization, theoretical perspectives. The additional we will examine challenges and opportunity in promoting the peace in highly interconnected. So the world, defining the peace, negative the peace, and the versus the positive peace. So the concept of the peace, it can divide it into two main groups, categories. The negative peace. When it comes to the negative peace, it refers to the absence of the direct violence of the war, and this definition focuses the primarily on preventing the armed conflicts between the state within the societies. However, it does not necessarily mean the extension of the justice, stability of the cooperation. For example, during the Cold War, there were no direct military confrontation between United States, the Soviet Union, and the world experienced the continuous political and ideological tensions. The negatives, the peace can be fragile and temporary if underlying the social, political, and economic the inequalities are not addressed. The positive the peace, when it comes to positive peace, that goes beyond the more absence of the world and emphasize the presences or justice, equity, and institutional mechanism that prevents the conflicts from emerging. It includes the social harmony, respect for human rights, and democratic governments, and economic prosperity. The society with the positive peace, ensuring the long term by addressing the root causes of the conflict, such as the poverty. So let me think about it. So there was poverty and discrimination, maybe the lack of the political representation. So positive peace is the crucial for the sustainability development. So development and the global security. How is the peace is achieved? When it comes to if we ask how is the peace achieved, peace is achieved throughout the combination of the political, diplomatic, economic, social efforts. Some of the key strategic they include diplomacy and negotiations. The diplomacy is the primary tool for preventing resolving the conflicts between the states. So throughout the diplomatic negotiation, the countries can reach the agreements the dispute, economic partnership, and the political cooperation. Organizations such as the United Nations, which we call it UN, and the regional bodies like the European Union, and EU played a critical and crucial role in the diplomatic dialogues. So the conflict resolution, the mechanism when it comes to the conflicts resolution, the mechanism, meditation evolves the natural third party to helping the conflict the parties to reach the peaceful agreements, and peacekeeping mission, maybe the peacekeeping mission. The UN deploys the peacekeeping the forces to conflict the zone to prevent the further violence, and assist the political transitions, and the economic, maybe the economic cooperation, the economic independence, it reduced the likelihood of the war by making the conflict costly for all parties involved, and trade agreement, international investments, and economic aid programs. So aid programs, and so on. So the European and also the European EU is the example of how economic cooperation can foster long-term the peace, and also the international law and the institution, the establishment of the international legal framework such as the Geneva Conventions and the human rights treaties, they help to regulate the conflicts, to promote the peace, and so on. The culture, and also the most important thing, the culture and the educational into weights, promoting the culture and of peace throughout education, across the culture dialogue and the social awareness program helps to prevent the conflicts.